Here's a challenge. Can you solve any of these 10 unsolved mysteries before the video ends? From the cryptic Kryptos Code hidden at CIA headquarters, to a ship discovered perfectly intact yet completely abandoned, each puzzle will push you to question what you think you know about the world. These mysteries aren't just stories. They're puzzles that have outwitted historians, detectives, and scientists for generations. Some are encrypted messages that have resisted all attempts at deciphering. Others are chilling disappearances that leave only questions in their wake. As we explore each one, you'll find yourself drawn deeper into the unknown, searching for answers where none have yet been found. Let's begin with a code so complex, even the world's best codebreakers are still searching for its final secret. At the heart of CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia, stands a sculpture that has become one of the world's most enduring puzzles. Known as Kryptos, this work by artist Jim Sanborn was installed in 1990 and immediately caught the attention of cryptographers, codebreakers, and puzzle enthusiasts everywhere. It's not just an art piece, it's a challenge, with 4 separate sections of encrypted text carved into curved copper sheets. Each section uses classical cipher techniques like vigenère and transposition, but it's the 4th and final part that has proven impossible to crack, even for the most skilled professionals. The first 3 sections of Kryptos took years of effort from some of the brightest minds in codebreaking. Linguists, NSA cryptanalysts, and hobbyists worked together, applying everything from paper and pencil methods to advanced computer algorithms. Their breakthroughs revealed poetic phrases and hidden references, including a line about the nuance of illusion and a message about the location of the sculpture itself. Each solved section brought new excitement and hope that the entire message would soon be revealed. But the 4th section, known as K4, remains unsolved. Jim Sanborn has offered a single tantalizing clue. K4 includes a shadow. This phrase has sparked endless debate. Does it refer to an actual shadow cast by the sculpture at a certain time of day? Or is it a metaphor hidden within the cipher's structure? Despite countless attempts, the answer has stayed just out of reach. Codebreakers have tried every approach, analyzing letter frequencies, testing different cipher keys, and even inspecting the sculpture's physical surroundings for hidden meaning. Still, K4's 97 characters refuse to yield their secret. Sanborn's hints have only deepened the intrigue. At one point, he revealed that the word Berlin appears in the solution, but this has done little to break the deadlock. Some believe that the final section might reveal a historical secret, while others see it as a philosophical statement about the limits of human understanding. The fact that Sanborn has confirmed there is a solution keeps hope alive, even as frustration mounts. Standing before Kryptos, you can feel the weight of decades of speculation and effort. The letters etched into the copper surface seem ordinary, but together they form a barrier that has outlasted generations of codebreakers. The mystery isn't just about finding an answer, it's about the process, the challenge, and the possibility that some puzzles are meant to endure. As we move from the world of hidden messages to mysteries that play out in real life, the next story asks a different kind of question. What happens when a person vanishes, leaving behind only questions and fragments of evidence? In 2013, the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles became the backdrop for a mystery that unsettles investigators and online sleuths even now. Elisa Lam, a 21-year-old student from Canada, had arrived in the city for a solo trip and checked into the notorious hotel. She posted updates about her travels and was last seen by hotel staff on January 31st. But when Elisa failed to check out and her family couldn't reach her, concern quickly turned to alarm. She was reported missing, and the search began. A key piece of evidence emerged from the hotel's CCTV cameras. Security footage from one of the elevators captured Elisa's final known movements. The video, which runs just over 3 minutes without interruption, shows her acting in a way that has sparked endless debate. She presses multiple elevator buttons, steps in and out of the elevator and makes abrupt, almost frantic gestures, as if communicating with someone out of sight. At times, she hides in the corner and peers out into the hallway. No other person appears in the footage. The strange behavior and the fact that she seemed to be interacting with something unseen have become central to the case, drawing millions of viewers and countless theories. For nearly 3 weeks, police and volunteers searched the hotel and surrounding area, but found no trace of Elisa. The search ended on February 19th, when hotel maintenance staff discovered her body inside one of the rooftop water tanks. The circumstances of her discovery only deepened the mystery. The water tank sat on a secured part of the roof, behind locked doors equipped with alarms. Investigators confirmed the tank lids weighed over 70 pounds and were fastened with screws, requiring tools and manpower to open. It seemed unlikely that Elisa could have accessed the tanks, climbed inside, and closed the lid on her own without being detected. The official cause of death was ruled accidental drowning, with the coroner's report noting Elisa's history of bipolar disorder as a possible factor in her disorientation and actions. No drugs or alcohol were found in her system. Still, many found the explanation unsatisfying, pointing to the physical barriers and the odd details captured on the elevator video. Some wondered if another person was involved, while others scrutinized every frame of footage and every detail of the hotel's layout for overlooked clues. The Cecile Hotel's reputation only magnified the unease. Since its opening in 1927, the building had become infamous for violent deaths, suicides, and even housing serial killers. Its dark legacy seemed to cast a shadow over Elisa's fate, fueling speculation and keeping the case in the public eye. Despite exhaustive investigation, no theory fully accounts for every aspect of her disappearance and death. The unanswered questions linger. How did Elisa reach the water tank? Why did no one see her on the roof? What explains her strange behavior in the elevator? For all the surveillance and forensic tools at our disposal, some mysteries remain just out of reach. Sometimes the most disturbing mysteries aren't just about one missing person. They involve entire groups who vanish without a trace, leaving behind only silence and confusion. In December 1872, the merchant brigantine Mary Celeste was discovered drifting in the Atlantic Ocean, about 400 miles east of the Azores. The crew of the Dei Gratia, the ship that found her, expected the worst. Yet what they encountered defied explanation. The Mary Celeste floated in a seaworthy state, her sails partially set and fluttering in the wind, but not a single person was on board. The ship's cargo, 1,701 barrels of denatured alcohol, remained largely untouched, and there was enough food and water to last 6 months. The scene suggested a sudden, unexplained departure rather than a disaster at sea. Inside, the mystery only deepened. Crew members' personal belongings were left undisturbed in their quarters. The captain's pipe, clothing, and navigation tools sat where they belonged. The ship's logbook, last updated 9 days earlier on November 25th, recorded nothing out of the ordinary. There were no signs of struggle, no evidence of violence, and no indication of panic. The only immediate clue was the missing lifeboat. The Dei Gratia crew also noticed 2x4s rigged as makeshift supports under the helm, a detail that hinted at a hasty and possibly temporary adjustment before everyone left. The Mary Celeste seemed frozen in time, as if its people had vanished in the middle of daily routines. Top theories include fear of exploding alcohol fumes or panic from a sudden waterspout. Some experts suggest that fumes from the cargo could have leaked, creating a risk of explosion that forced the crew to abandon ship temporarily. Other explanations have been offered over the years. Piracy seems unlikely, as the valuable cargo and personal effects were left behind. Mutiny has been considered, but the absence of any disorder or violence on board makes this improbable. The missing lifeboat remains one of the most significant clues, suggesting the crew left the ship by choice, possibly expecting to return. But whatever compelled them to leave, no trace of the captain, his family, or the crew was ever found. Eyewitness accounts from the crew of the Dei Gratia describe the eerie stillness aboard the Mary Celeste. They found the cabins tidy, food still edible in the galley, and the ship's single pump operational. It was as if the ship had been deserted only moments before their arrival, yet all evidence pointed to an event that left no clear trail. The Mary Celeste has since become a symbol of maritime mystery, inspiring countless stories, films, and investigations. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle even drew from its legend, weaving it into fiction and further embedding the case in popular culture. Despite advances in forensic science and historical research, the fate of the Mary Celeste's crew remains unsolved. Each new theory brings more questions than answers, and the ship's story continues to challenge what we think we know. Some mysteries, no matter how much evidence we gather or how many experts weigh in, remain just beyond our grasp. The Mary Celeste reminds us that there are limits to what we can explain, and that the unknown still holds power over our imagination. These enigmas prove that even with cameras, ciphers, and crowdsourced sleuths, some answers vanish beneath the surface. Over 125 years later, the fate of the Mary Celeste's crew still defies resolution, joining a long list of mysteries that resist every attempt at explanation. Unsolved mysteries are more than unanswered questions. They challenge our sense of certainty and remind us how much remains hidden. From cryptic codes that puzzle the sharpest minds to disappearances no investigation can unravel, these stories keep us searching. Maybe the right clue is still out there, waiting for someone, maybe you, to finally piece it together.